Page 23 is the review worksheet for Unit 1. Just to make sure that you sort of understand all the stuff we're covering, because we're going to be adding a lot more stuff. So don't get lost yet. Save that for later. Number 1, you identify the quality of the triads. Isn't that nice? Quality. Ooh, I'm impressed. I call it a flavor. What flavor is it? What quality? Oh, whatever you want. By writing M, capital M for major and lowercase m for minor, A for augmented, and D for diminished. That's lowercase d. So you see the augmented tends to go with a major chord and the diminished goes with a minor chord. So that's okay. And the first one, well, it's an F here. You remember how to figure out these. Go back to the thirds. Major third and minor third. What's what? If I have let's go to C major. Just review them. If I have a major third and a minor third, it is a major chord. If I flip it and I have a minor third and a major third, it's a minor chord, okay? If I have two minor thirds, here and here, that's a diminished chord. If I have two major thirds, here and here, that's an augmented chord. You get the idea of where we're going? That's all to do. Figure out the intervals. You're here. Well, that's a major third, 4 half steps. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a major third. Well, 2 major thirds is an augmented, so that is an F augmented. All they don't want the F, they just want augmented. Just put in the A for augmented. Next one is here. Well, I got a minor third and a major third. That makes it a minor. This one, I got a minor third and a minor third. Well, that's diminished. You get where we're going with this? Just go through and do them all the same way. Number 2, you identify the major key by writing the name on the line above the staff. Identify the relative minor on the name below the staff. It helps if you know the scales. But again, you can use little tricks on sharps and flats. On sharps, you take the last sharp here, you go up a half step, and that's your key. So 2 sharps would be a D major, and the relative minor to that, you go down 3. 1, 2, 3. B minor. Got to go down in the scale now. D major has 2 sharps. That's what, 1, 2, 3, and that tells you the minor, B minor. 3 flats. Well, with flats, you take the next to the last flat, which is, in this case, an E. That's the key, E flat. That's as hard as this gets. If you go the minor, you go down 3 in the scale. The one you're on is 1. You don't start with 0. Start with 1. 1, 2, 3. When I say go down 3, I always start with the note you're on is 1. 1, 2, 3. And your C minor is a relative minor. Next one is 1 sharp. Well, go up from F sharp, you get a G, so that's G major. You go down 3, 1, 2, 3, E minor. That's it. And you can do the rest. Yeah. The only thing that's tricky on it is if you have 1 flat, you can't use the next to the last flat. There isn't one. You just memorize, I guess, 1 flat is F major. Yeah. You can go down a perfect 4th every time, because that's what the next to the last flat is. It's a perfect 4th below the last flat. Number 3, using whole notes on the staff, oh goody, write the triad, 3-note chord, indicated by the Roman numeral for each key. Oh, okay. Well, the first one doesn't have any sharps or flats in it, so we know that's C major, I hope. They want the 4 chord in C major, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. That would be an F chord, you do it. So you do the F, A, C. Write them in there in whole notes. The next one is 2 flats, which is B flat major. Here. And they want the 7 diminished, the 7th. Well, 7th is 1 less than 8. Just go down 1. Diminished, remember, is 2 minor thirds, so you have that. It's an A diminished. It's an A, C, and an E flat. We take the A, C, E, and you flatten that. Okay. What's the next one? I don't know. Let's do a goodie here. Go over there toward the end. We got 5 sharps. No, that's 6 sharps. 6 sharps and 6 flats. That's fun. Let's do those. Well, the last sharp is that we're in bass clef now. The last sharp is an E sharp. I go up one, I get an F sharp. So we're in F sharp major. And you're going to use all the black keys plus E sharp. The only natural note in here is a B. Everything else is sharp. Keep that in mind. It's just easier if you happen to know the F sharp major scale. However, we don't, so we'll just do this. So they want the 6th chord. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is a D sharp. Remember, we're in sharps. It's not an E flat. There's no flats in here. It's a sharp. D sharp. It's a D sharp. So build a chord on D sharp using the notes in the scale. D sharp, it's a D, F, A. Note names. Remember note names? D, F, A. Forget the sharps and flats for a minute. You got to get the note names first, and then we'll do the others. So we have D, F, A, but we want a D sharp, an A sharp, an F sharp, excuse me, and an A sharp. That is the 6th chord. And it says minor, it's lowercase. So is it? Well, that's a minor third and a major third. So yes, that's a minor triad. So it's a D sharp minor, or a 6 in F sharp minor. Is this F sharp major? Good Lord, there's too many numbers and letters here. Do the last one here. The next to the last flat is a G flat. That's the key, G flat. We just did F sharp. Well, G flat's the same difference. See, you see on the piano, there's overlaps on the keys. And when you get to 6 sharps or 6 flats, it's the same keys on the keyboard. But the notes are different. So we're playing the same notes. And here we're going to play all the black keys. There's 5 of them. Plus, we're flatting a white key. And the white key we're flatting is C here. So the only natural note here is an F. Otherwise, everything's flatted. So it's there. It's still easier if you just learn the scale. See, the beauty of the last 2, you only have 1 scale you really got to learn. It's just, but what we're doing is they want the 2 chord on here. So I just go up. B flat here, 2. Second step. That is an A flat. Remember, we're using note names. A, C, E. And I just got to add the flats as appropriate. So I have an A flat, C flat, E flat. Right? And the lowercase indicates it's minor, so is it minor? I have a minor third and a major third. It's a minor triad, A flat minor, or it's a 2 chord in the key of G flat. So it's just wonderful, isn't it? If you really understand that, go have a beer or a glass of wine or something. Not that I'm telling you to go drink. It's just, it came to my mind. That's what I would do. On page 24, and number 4, they want you to write the notes in ascending and descending scale, ascending going up, descending going down. For whole notes, we're using whole notes, excuse me. And you put in the necessary sharps and flats and naturals in front of each note. So we're not using key signatures. You're just going to do it on the notes. So the first one, they want an E major scale going up and down. I assume it's 1 octave. They don't say. So you start on some E. It's easier in treble clef. Start on here. You're going to go up to the C and back down. But you have to know that E major has 4 sharps. So if you know the scale, you know E major has 4 sharps. If you don't know the scale, well, if you go down a half step, that would be the last sharp, a D sharp. If you know the order of the sharps, F, C, G, D, that's another one. There are different ways of figuring this out. You can be as confused as you choose to. In my mind, learn the scale, and you just know that E major has 4 sharps. So you just write in the notes, whole notes, an E, an F sharp, G sharp, C sharp, E, D sharp, blah, 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 up and down. Next one is F natural minor. Well, F minor is relative to, go up 3, 1, 2, 3. It's a minor third, 3 half steps. It's relative to A flat major. A flat major has 4 flats. So F minor has 4 flats. So you know that's a B flat, an E flat, an A flat, and a D flat. In natural minor, we're not raising the 7th. It's just the 4 flats. So you would just start on F. And when you get to the A flat, B flat, D flat, E flat. You do that, okay. C harmonic minor. Well, C minor is relative to, you go up a minor third, E flat major. E flat major has 3 flats. A B flat, an E flat, and an A flat. So those are the flats you got to use. So you just start on C and you add those flats in, but we want harmonic minor. Now that's the 7th step is going up, and the 7th step in C minor is a B. So instead of a B flat, we're going to use a B natural. So it's there. So you just have these as the flats. I don't know that you need a natural sign in front of it. It's going to be natural anyway, but if you wanted to draw a natural sign, that's fine. So there's no confusion. And then G melodic minor. Oh, this gets good, don't it? Well, G minor is relative to, go up a minor third, 1, 2, 3. It's relative to B flat major. B flat major has 2 flats, a B flat and an E flat. So those are the flats you're going to use. But melodic, the 6th and 7th steps, you raise them going up, so here. And the 6th and 7th steps are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that one, and 7. So instead of an E flat, it's going to be an E natural. And instead of an F, it's going to be an F sharp. So E natural and F sharp on the way up. On the way down, it's going to be an F natural and an E flat. So you do need the natural sign there. So it's here. So that is the melodic minor for G minor. Number 5, you identify the intervals writing P for perfect, M, M, A, D, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And I do it either by counting half steps. I know how many half steps are in it. Or I'm just accustomed to it. The interval, I've seen it so much. So the first one is here. Well, 3 half steps is a minor third. 4 half steps is a major third. Those 2 you kind of need to know because the thirds are important. So that is a minor third. They give you the first one. Okay, the next one's here. First figure out the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I don't know how many other keys are involved. I'm just using white keys unless it tells me something different here. There's no key signatures in any of these, so I'm using the lines. So that is an interval of a 7th. The question is it major or minor? And the answer is this happens to be minor because I happen to know that a major 7th is a half step below 8. Just a half step. That is a major. And this is a whole step. That's 8. That's a whole step under, so that has to be a minor 7th. A major 7th would be that. So it's octave, major 7th, minor 7th. Okay, so it's a minor 7th. And the third one is here to here. Well, that's easy. Letter to letter is an octave. And an octave is perfect. It's a P. Put a P in there for perfect. So the one unison is perfect. 4 chord is, or 4 interval of a 4th is perfect. Interval of a 5th is perfect. And the octave is like a unison is perfect. Okay. Let's go on. We get B, C sharp. Well, it's a 2nd. The question is it major or minor? Well, a minor is right next to it. And a major is 2 half steps is here. So that is a major 2nd. This, well, a 4th is this, and that would be a perfect 4th. And if I take it up 1, I've augmented it. So that is an augmented 4th. Also known as a tritone. Okay, we won't go there right now, just know what it is. Okay, and then G to E sharp is here. G to G is an 8, and you think, well, okay, that's a 7th. No, we're dealing in note names. That's not an F, it's an E sharp. Here, we're dealing with that. What is that interval? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a 6th. What kind of 6th is it? Well, I increased it by 1, so it's augmented. It's an augmented 6th. And the last one is a perfect 5th. And then you do the same on the bottom. You can get those, I hope. Whichever.